Hey everybody. So I've been thinking about something that I've known about for a long time, but hasn't really affected me before I started playing poker for income, and that is imposter syndrome. So in undergrad, I did an honors degree, and then I went to grad school for English. And when I did those things, I was surrounded by talented, hardworking, intelligent, well-read people. And I would say over half of them complained about this thing that they called imposter syndrome. So for those of you that aren't familiar with the idea, it's just that people are worried or even paranoid that they are actually a fraud and everybody else in the program is smarter than them and better than them, and it's just a fluke that they're in there and they don't deserve to be there. It's sort of hard for them to believe that they're on the same level as other people that have made it into the program. Now, of course, if you break this down, it's statistically unlikely, right? Like these programs do a pretty good job of picking who are strong candidates, and it's 1 in 10 people that are going to be in the bottom 10%. Um, I never really had to deal with imposter syndrome because my ability to read and write was nurtured really hard from a young age, and I showed potential very early on. So like from 13, 14, 15, I was getting attention from my writing. And so I always felt secure in that as something that I was good at. Um, Whereas if somebody started, more at 18 or 19 or 20, they might be holding on to memories of early on where maybe they weren't as noticed or they were even criticized for their work. So I'm thinking about this a lot in relation to poker because, like many players, I struggled for a long time. Like during COVID, I tried to play 100 NL Zoom without any coaching or a CFP or really much knowledge on how to study, and I got absolutely owned. And I just felt really defeated. Like I felt like I was an idiot and a sucker, and I was too arrogant for thinking that I could beat these games, and that probably people of all stakes, 100 NL and up, are very talented and very hardworking and just better and smarter and more disciplined than I am. And then things started to turn around for me. So part of that was because my province became geofenced, so the games became softer. But the other things were that I got resources that helped me think about the game better, and I learned lots of overall understanding about theory and then also some tips and tricks from a CFP. But who I am hasn't really changed, right? Like I still struggle a little bit with motivation to study. I don't know the game as well as a lot of people, and it's a little bit hard for me to believe that I'm having success. So, I check my graph and double check my graph and check the variance, and it feels really easy to dismiss or excuse the success I've had so far as a result of just fluke or luck or the games just being, 500 NL playing the same as 5 cent, 10 cent on another site or something like that. Like just kind of dismiss all of my knowledge and the work that I've done and the success that I've had is just completely fluke. So I guess I'm just making this video to say that imposter syndrome is something that I'm encountering personally for the first time in my life. And that probably means that I'm not alone with it when it comes to poker, right? Like there are probably other people out there who are having success and still don't feel secure, or they're not having success and they feel like that means that they could never have success and that they're just not smart enough or not good enough to beat the games. I think there's a threshold that we reach as players where we're able to learn on our own and understand how the game works as a whole and how to think about each spot based on the overall knowledge that we have. And once you reach that threshold, I think it's almost black and white, like it's almost a binary. You go from being really unsure and really struggling in every single spot to just always having a pretty strong sense out of how to fight back even against really, really tough regs.
Yeah, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say. Had to finish the video like a week later, but here we are. So if you're dealing with imposter syndrome, whether it's in poker or outside of poker, just know that I've met lots of people that are dealing with it, and I'm sort of dealing with it right now. And I think if I've learned anything from this experience, it's just that, you shouldn't try to hijack your own success. Don't try to sabotage yourself. I think that human beings are bad at dealing with change, even when that change is positive. So just adapt to the situation like you would negative circumstances and make the best choices you can with the situation. Yeah. All right. Well, run good at the tables, everybody. Take care of yourself, and if you can, somebody else as well. All right. Take care for now. Bye.